Well, let's face it, the 73rd U.S. Women's Open at Shoal Creek is no longer up for grabs. This major championship has turned into the unveiling of a force to be reckoned with, the confirmation of a burgeoning star. The conclusion is no longer about who might win this national championship, but who might possibly catch her.
Mentally to play for, but physically just watching her time after time bombing the ball past you, it wears you out for 18 holes.
You know, it's fun for me. I know it's fun for Joe and Brad and all this. We don't cover the LPGA Tour. We only do a few tournaments. I watch it. I do watch it, but you know, just realizing she smiles before every shot is just something that's really cool. The people that watch the LPGA Tour all the time might already know that, but I don't know. It's just something to talk about. It may be something that hasn't been talked about for a long, long time because people just know about it that cover this tour every single week.
Well, along those lines, Paul, I would say, and I've said to friends before, if I'm going to watch an event on television and I'm going to take something that I can apply to my game, I watch these women hit the golf ball because they're so technically sound. I get nothing out of watching Dustin Johnson hit a golf ball. I can't do that.
Yeah.
But these women are so good and so fundamentally solid. Here's Carlotta Saganda, second shot at 10.
And right now, I think the women's game is such in a great place because we do have so many different types of players. But all these ladies they're so good at what they do. I mean, they've got power, they got finesse, and as Joe said, they're technically sound. It's impressive where the game has come in the last 15, 20 years.
When I was in high school, the LPGA came to my home course, Bent Tree. And that's where Nancy Lopez won her first tournament in her string of consecutive wins her rookie year. I caddied for Mickey Wright. I caddied for Dot Germain, Roberta Albers. And I learned to love the women's game way back in the 70s. And still love it today. It's a different scale. You know, maybe it's only 800 yards shorter than what the men's game is, or 1,000 yards shorter than the men's game. I don't know, but it's a different scale, but it's the same game. It's just as hard to get that ball in the hole. They deal with the same things mentally.
I mean, when I first came out, we were playing maybe 62 to 6,300 yard golf courses. Now we're playing 67 to 6,800 yard golf courses. So, it has changed. The women, they're more athletic. They're in better shape. And technically, their swings get the most out of their weight. I mean, you get Sarah Jane, who's not that big, but can hit the ball out there.
At least with regard to our leader, they smile more.
You should follow me around, Joe.
And that was after Sarah Jane's putt, clapping for her fellow competitor. I mean, Area is just having fun and cruising. Here's Inby Park at 9 for par.
She's still got a little bit left on this putt too.
A little low spinner.
Ji-Yoon Kim now, second shot at 9.
Pin tucked behind the left trap in a little ledge, a little parcel shelf on the left of the green. 161 yards. 6 iron. Wind into a little off the left, makes it a little more awkward to get at.
One over for her round today. 4 under for the championship, and now the par putt for Carlotta Saganda at 10. Nice save. Three under for her final round. Hyo-Joo Kim.
Checking things out. A bit of breeze. Bit of breeze picked up. The course is firming up. They've cut the fairways for the first time this week, and they're playing a little faster.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You can hit this. Not going to be long.
A couple weeks ago, she just put a new set of irons in that are a little more forgiving, and her caddy Jeff Snow says that she really likes them. She's hit a lot more greens the last couple weeks.
7 iron, Julie, trying to draw it in. I think these next 3 holes could be quite critical. 2 tough par 4s and a par 5.
birdie putt coming up for Hyo-Joo Kim, who has struggled so far in 2018 and in past U.S. Women's Open Championships, but good today. 3 under for the round, 9 under for the championship, in second place, 6 back. Jatan Ugarn now here at 8.
30 feet straight up the hill. She actually made Sarah Jane Smith move her mark over 2 putter heads to the right, so she's playing this a little bit outside the hole, left to right.
Even par on the par 3s can get it done. If you're under par on the par 3s, are usually the longer clubs that you hit, Brad. And she's playing this golf course just as it needs to be played. Steady on the par 3s, clobbering the par 5s, and clobbering that putt right there.
She may not have lost her turn here.
Well, that'll be a delicate little downhiller, kind of a knee knocker. Mature beyond her years. You know, Eubanks alluded to the fact that a couple of years ago she would hide behind people, didn't want to look in the eye, you know, very shy, but that's completely changed. And you know, she's seasoned at age 22, Julie. You said you played with her when she was 13 years old.
Yeah, what they used to do in our Thailand tournament is 1 year Moria would play and Arya would caddy, and the next year Arya would play and Moria would caddy. And so it seemed like every year I played either a practice round with them, or in Moria it happened to be my little sister when she first came out. So we did play some practice rounds together, and if she had any questions or anything, she would call me. I take that back. She would text me.
Yeah, different.
They don't call.
Nobody calls.
I'll call you, Paul.
I know. I'm waiting for a call from you one time. Just one time, Julie.
Arya won the 2011 U.S. Junior Girls Championship at Olympia Fields. She has a major to her credit. 2016 Women's British Open, and rolls in that par to stay at 15 under.
That was a no doubter. Inside right, stayed inside right. That's as true a roll as you'll ever get. And there's the smile.
That's a real smile.
Yeah.
The other one is a reminder smile. That's a real smile.
Remember when Verplank ran away with the Buick Open, he had that smile going, that it was, you know, a kind of manufactured smile, but you know, those things work. It's like watching Jason Day get behind the ball and close his eyes and kind of sneaking up on it. You know, he makes his little step move. These little idiosyncrasies that players develop through the years. You know, Smith struggled with this hole, but a great chance today for birdie to redeem herself in that back-to-back bogeys the last 2 days here. Out of the way.
So back to even for the day, 8 under for the championship, and sitting alone now in third place is Sarah Jane Smith. Here's Kim for birdie at 9.
Looks like she just can't wait to get on the greens.
A moment ago, this is Patty Tavatanakit at 12.
I mean, here's a Thai girl that talked about Arya and Moria having a big influence on her and her golf game. So you're already seeing it in the junior game and the college game. And look at this shot. You can't draw it up any better than that.
This is the hardest hole on the course all week, the 12th. And you can see her smiling from 100 yards away.
Well, that's how Jack designed the hole. You just pull it left into the heavy rough and then run one up there to 2 inches away. Here's Sagstrom at 10, second shot.
Having a tough front 9 at 2 over par. One of the most beautiful swings in the game. know how she could ever struggle.
Nice shot.
Highly intelligent.
It was very nice.
It's 2 or 3 books a week.
Sarah Jane Smith at 9. Bad drive here yesterday. Cost her one of her 2 bogeys. She bogeyed 8 and 9, and that was it. While Area Jutanugarn was putting together a round of 67, and now Area here at 9.
This was the start of the stretch yesterday, Joe, where Area took control of this championship. Back-to-back bogeys by Sarah Jane, and Area making a couple of birdies in that stretch, and the whole leaderboard flipped right here.
So we're going with that iron, 385 yards and hitting an iron off the tee. So envious.
It's a mind game, isn't it? I mean, we are in a wrestling match in our head mentally. Sometimes you got to battle with your caddy too. But, you know, in the end, feel trumps thought, doesn't it? And you got to go with your feel as a player. And she went with her feel there and hit one of the best shots of the championship. This is Carlotta Segonda's second shot here at the par 5 11th. This hole's been lengthened a significant amount today. It's playing over 500 yards. Very dangerous hole location here, and she's going to take a crack at it. Sitting nicely in 4th place.
That was a 3-wood from 235, and that's headed way left.
And, you know, that's the mental battle that I just referred to that happens sometimes within the motion. That motion only takes about 2 seconds or so, and it's amazing what can pop in your head from the time you start that club to impact, isn't it?
Here at 10, Hyo-Joo Kim. Three under for her round today. Sitting in 2nd place, and here at 10 up ahead for birdie, Madeline Sagstrom. You saw the approach and able to finish off the birdie.
What a shot. And you know, she's so cute and bubbly and just has such a great attitude. Boom, she says, birdie. And what a golf swing.
So again, a bogey yesterday for Sarah Jane Smith here, and in great position on Sunday.
Beautiful drive here for her, 163 yards back to that flagstick. This looks like the 2nd hole up on this precipice to the left, and that was the last bad iron shot Sarah Jane Smith hit, was the 2nd hole. She's peppering the flag right now.
Brad, you picked up yesterday towards the end of her round. You felt she really picked something up, and it looks like she slept on 2nd place and woke up with it again this morning. Maybe not here.
Well to the right.
Watch out. That's okay.
And that's again, that whole location that's to the left. I don't think it just fits her eye very well. And so it's the 2nd time we've seen her hit it out there to the right with that whole location left.
You know, Julie, that's why I don't like a one-dimensional ball flight. You know, it neutralizes you, because generally you'll get 6 flags in the middle, 6 right, 6 left. So 6 holes, if you can only curve it one way, it's no good. Bradley?
Well, this is 159 yards. She's really just carrying it. Needs to carry it 150 to get over this bunker. And this is a much happier look for her, drawing it in right to left. And earlier, Gary Kilchrist, her swing coach, said less is the key. Julie said it earlier. Less is making sure she stays with her routine, her physical routine on every shot. Nine iron.
Beautiful shot here at 9 for the leader, Area Jutanugarn.
But truth be told, that getting further away and then sitting position is key to hitting great bunker shots.
And hopefully Hyo-Joo saw the tip. How to hit it out of a bunker, because that shot is upcoming for Kim, who is sitting at 9 under par and in second place.
You know, and Shane Bacon asked Brad about the speed. Speed creates spin, but you have to get the speed in the right spot. And generally, great players don't try to add speed. We add it naturally. It comes naturally right at the very bottom.
Smith for birdie.
Well, talk about speed. This is some 75 feet back up the hill towards the left side of this green, so it's up against the green. There's a little bit of wind kicking up here too. Overall, not a lot of break. There's a couple breaks in here, but it's a pretty straight looking putt overall.
Looks like the last part is a little bit downhill. That's well judged right there.
Talked yesterday about her working relationship with her caddy, also known as her husband. Dwayne grew up in Australia together, known each other since they were 11. Now Saganda at 11.
Spin. There you go. Shot. Well done.
She'll have that for birdie.
That's a beautiful shot from where she was. She had to take a drop out of that tower and place it in the drop zone and got a nice little lie. Hit a great shot in there.
Now area for birdie at 9.
Well, Joe, I wonder if Paul Asing was right here. This is from the right side of the hole location, but should break to the right a little bit at the end.
Oh, good read, Brad Faxon. Great putt. Area Jutanagarn.
That almost missed the center.
Now 16 under par. Hyo-Joo Kim at 10.
She's already been in. That's her 7th bunker she's been in. She's 4 out of 6. That'd be 5 for 7.
I think we'll just tell her to pick it up. She hasn't missed one of those all week.
She certainly hasn't missed one today.
Now back to 9. Missed the par putt for Sarah Jane. Into a tie for 3rd.
There's a creek over there. This hole is intimidating looking, and she's missed by a mile over there by that big great blue heron flapping his jaws there, waiting on a lizard to come by or something. It's likely in the hazard.
Now Sarah Jane Smith after a 3-putt at 9. It's actually outplayed Area on this back 9 this week at 10 under par, and she's going to have to go crazy here on the back 9 to jump back into contention.
Well, at least she knows she can do it. So, I mean, that's one thing. Self-belief we talked about.
Up ahead at the green, Kim for par, automatic. Another birdie putt for Carlotta Saganda.
That's a great up and down there.
And now in third place, all alone at 8 under par. In second place, Yeoju Kim at 11.
Should probably be a 3-shot hole for Hoju today.
Well, nobody really saw it land. I just saw that blue heron Paul Azinger referenced fly out of here. It definitely went across the creek, so it is in the hazard. It's hazard on the other side as well. So she's going to have to take a drop. I wasn't in a spot where I could get too good a line where it last crossed, but it's going to be a very, very tough third shot as there's a big bank of pine trees right in her way. I don't think she'll even be able to hit a third shot onto the green.
You know, and that creek runs all the way down the right side, so it also runs up by the green.
Right now, Lexi Thompson for birdie at 14. There has been frustration this week, to be sure, for Lexi Thompson, but she is putting together her best showing.
You know, I like the way, you know, the first 3 days she was not getting the ball to the hole. She had no confidence in her putting, and it looks like today she's developed a little more confidence, being a little freer and getting that ball past the hole.
She's never finished under par at a Women's U.S. Open. This is her 12th start, so playing brilliantly today. Here is Madeline Sagstrom for birdie at 11.
Back-to-back birdies. That's a good way to start this back 9.
Rules official, from what we're told, walking over now to figure out where the drop will be.
Did anybody see? Well, they said, well, the guys that left, they said they had it crossing right on this leaning tree.
Okay, and we're certain that it is within the water hazard.
Well, yeah.
I'm okay with that if because they're in a position to see it.
Okay, so just here's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, thank you.
Sure.
That was easy enough.
Right here?
David Fay?
Well, the red line is on the golf course side, if you will, of the creek. That creek is deemed to extend to the right to infinity. So it's not as if it's marked on the other side. I mean, if you all know, oftentimes if you get into a wooded area, you might say, well, is it in the hazard or is it not? This one is simple. It just extended to infinity.
Or that fellow's swimming pool up there on top of that hill.
Probably coming out of there.
It's
jump. You're probably going to hit 9.
Oh, just listen.
Around that left front.
Don't have to try to do anything.
No. All right, come on, slow down. Yeah. Okay. Put your mind right.
There's houses all around the golf course, but you can't see any of them. Brad, that rough's pretty deep over there, huh?
It'll be very hard to curve this ball. She's picked a 9-iron out 181 yards.
She caught a pretty good lie in her drop. She looks like she might be leaning for that to go left a little.
Oh, Paul, that hit the second of those 4 pine trees. It got very, very lucky and kicked a little bit left, so she's still in the rough with a very difficult shot that looks like it's still blocked out.
The only thing that can sabotage her now is a big number, and she's on her way to making double bogey or worse, possibly.
Sarah Jane Smith now.
She couldn't have a better spot to be, middle of the fairway to a flagstick that's located on the right center. Her happy spot. It's a 9-iron.
So from the action at 10, up ahead to number 11 and Hyo-Joo Kim. And the second shot at this par 5 found the right rough.
And where that hole location is, she's just going to have to hit it on and take her medicine, because she's not going to be able to get any spin on there.
Well, we talked about the short memory for our leader, Arya Jutanigarn. And we'll see if she can put that tee shot behind her, and then the follow-up that found the rough, and what she can do with the rest of this 10th hole.
Yes, just a good 80 shots.
Pop down.
It'll be hard to get this close from here. Because of that big bunker, there's room, if you have a great lie, to throw it up in the air.
Saying she's got a pretty clean lie here.
She has not made a double bogey in this championship. Only 5 bogeys this week, no others, and she's going to have a tough putt for bogey right there.
Third shot now at the par 5 for Hyo-Joo Kim.
I think you can go around it. Yeah, let's go to make sure. USGA.
It's caddy Jeffrey Snow asking for a rules official.
I've had a look at the ball. It's sitting absolutely delightfully, but there's a few tree roots quite close by, but I'm not quite sure what the ruling is for. We'll soon find out. We're waiting for the rules official. Here he comes. Big break for her. So she could have found an awful lie.
Oh, she can't get too cute with this, where that hole location is up front. She's going to just try to carry it pin high and
breeze helping.
Yeah, and take her medicine, because it's not going to be able to stop it.
Yeah. She's got one right there.
We'll come back to that. Now Sarah Jane Smith.
She got a little unlucky with that second shot. It's kind of a driving trajectory, almost like she knifed it a little bit, but it would have gotten back to that pin in the lower flight. This is not a difficult shot. She's got a lot of green to work with. It should be able to run out when she pitches it.
Second shot at 12 for Carlotta Segunda.
And 12 is just a monster. 431 yards, sopping wet. That hole today cutting a pretty precarious spot on the left-hand side of that green. No green to work with for Carlotta.
And now back to 10.
This is a tough putt if it was for a birdie. Now it's for a bogey. I was very surprised at a couple things. It took a long time for the players to get off the 9th green to the 10th hole. There's a lot of traffic from the players finishing the 18th hole. And then Arya really played that third shot out of the right rough casually, like she didn't think much about the result. I didn't think the 9-iron could get anywhere near the green.
I thought she played the tee shot casually, Brad. She, you know, it just didn't look quite the same for whatever reason, and she flared it way out to the right. Maybe that birdie at 9 was a bad thing. Sometimes you let your guard down. Wow, just a terrible putt here. She'll have that for double bogey, and when you're 7 shots clear, I'm telling you, the only way with 9 holes to go, the only way you're going to let it get away is to make a big number. She needs to avoid that, and it's not happening here at the 10th.
At the 11th, here's Hyo-Joo Kim, third shot.
Well, as we talked about, that's probably the only place she had with after putting that layup in the rough. nobody knows what Aria's doing right now, so they're just trying to make some birdies and trying to get back into this thing.
Par putt here for Sarah Jane Smith.
Back up the hill a little bit right to left. And a real chance for a 3-shot swing here if Aria doesn't make this putt for double.
Yeah, that was a good putt by Sarah Jane after bogeying the last hole. Smile on her face.
She's only 3-jacked one time this week, Brad.
Paul, we mentioned back there how important the routine is. I think she's out of her routine right now.
Well, and don't forget Kim sitting there at 9 under par. If she misses this putt, her 7-shot lead is down to 4. It's a tough way to miss. Dead on line short. Bleeds out of the hole there at the last second, and suddenly we have a little bit of drama here.
Well,
United States Open.
She does have that par 5 coming up. Let's see if she can right that 3-wood. You hit a nice little solid 3-wood right down the fairway.
Saganda now here at 12, Nicole.
Well, she did have a wedge out. Her and her caddy, Terry Mack, came up, walked up to the green, spent a lot of time up here. They were planning on landing at about 20 feet right of it, let it all feed down. I don't like this play with the putter. Julie, she's got some breeze at her that would help her. This just seems like a very inconsistent play right here.
Especially all the stuff she has to go over just to get to the green. You just don't know how it's going to bounce.
Yeah, and Carlota, she has got fantastic hands and feel around the green, and especially after the last pitch shot, I would believe that she would have some confidence.
That was a beautiful pitch shot on number 11.
The only way you're going to putt this is if you hate your lie.
The lie is perfect.
It just doesn't make sense.
She's on a slight upslope. It looks like it's sitting on a tee. This could go anywhere. She could have this same shot again.
She needs to call on that Ghost of Sevi. Pull out some of those Spanish roots and hit that little finesse shot she hit earlier. But let's see how she does. Clobbers it. And you know what she's trying to do is just feed it off that big bank on the right. I guess
it's going to be a really difficult putt coming for a par.
Little does she know right now, she's only trailing by 5 after a triple by Aria Jutanugarn at 10. Here's Smith at 11.
That'll be a layup for Sarah Jane. This is, I think, a big drive right here. You know?
Well, that same creek is down the right-hand side here at 11. And if I'm Aria, I'm going to make it a 3-shot hole in my mind. If I crush it, and I love my yardage, maybe I'll go for it. But making this there, she's going to make it a 3-shot hole. I like this decision. Get back in that mental mindset you were in 25 minutes ago. You like that decision to lay up here?
She misses the fairway with it.
It's all right.
I don't know. I think I'd hit that 3-wood. Just get it back in my mind that, hey, I can do it. You know, it's just one swing, one shot. I hit a bad shot.
I remember Ken Venturi, the famed announcer, saying when a player starts to get nervous, they start losing trajectory control first before distance and before accuracy. And she hit a couple high balls on the last hole, and that was a low shrimp off the tee there with her 3-iron.
Yep.
I mean, this is crucial on this hole to get a yardage that you really feel comfortable hitting your 3rd shot, because you don't want to leave yourself, especially after making triple, a little in between shot. You want to have something you can go ahead and swing at.
Up at the green, Hyo-Joo Kim.
Not a lot of dangerous holes on this course, but 11 is one of them. And I think Aria needs to know she's got to get by it, even though it's a scoreable hole, being her reachable par 5. Sarah Jane taking a crack out of the rough. Right down the middle. Well, down the left side. That's middle to me. If it's in the fairway, I count it as middle.
I'm right with you there, Paul. If it's short grass, it's middle.
Now Saganda 12 for bogey. Oh. Her first bogey on the card and an exhale. 7 under, 6 back. Having the par putt for Hyoju Kim at 11. So 4 back, 3 under for her 4th round here on a Sunday at Shoal Creek. Third shot coming up for Area Jutanadon.
She's got 77 yards. She's got to fly at 70 to get all the way over the water. Intimidating looking shot, but she's got a perfect lie. Little swirly wind, maybe back at her just a bit.
This is probably just like a little driving range, choked up stock lob wedge for her right here. Doesn't have to kill it.
She carries 4 wedges. The most loft she has is 57 degrees. So this is off full by quite a bit.
Sit down. Come on back.
Come on.
Very nice. Very nice. Oh, beautiful.
That's beautifully played. That's how you say. That's how you come right back at them. Give yourself a nice chance at a birdie.
Now Smith.
She's up very close, Julie. 48 up front, 55 to this flagstick. I think you can expect this to land well past the flag. I don't know if she can spin it from this close.
Yeah, that's what happens when you drive the ball in the rough. It's hard to control your second shot. And on this hole, the second shot's crucial.
Well, we just laid the sod over that, and that finesse zone is really difficult. It's hard to hit it pin high from inside full for any player. It's something you have to work on over and over again. I like to evaluate my practice swing, Julie. I've hit enough of them. Was it too hard, too soft, or just right? If I think it's just right, I give it a go, but she got that way heavy.
I'm the same way with you. I'm a huge believer in practice rounds. I'm feeling it, but I'll tell you, if she has to hit this again, I'd go back. I'd go back further.
You know, that's just a sad way for this hole to go for her. She's starting to play a little bit better. She's hit a lot of great shots, and there she goes, Julie, taking your advice. She's heading on back. She's got options here.
Otherwise, it's going to end up in the drop.
David Fay, what's her options?
Well, the option is to replay from where she chunked it, or to go up to that drop zone, or to keep the straight line, the ball where the point last crossed the yellow line, and go as far back as she wants to.
Well, the great players are really polished in that finesse zone where you have to, you know, completely be in control of your club head speed. Anything less than full.
Like up there, you can play like a little bit of a block shot. Here, you can play your like 2-2 style shot.
Here, right?
Yeah.
This is good, right? If I just come back?
You want me to give you the exact line? Because I saw it enter the hazard. I can give you the exact line.
Oh, okay.
I bet she's not the only one. I think the caddy and the players saw the exact line, but it all came unraveled here yesterday for her as well.
Saganda now at the par 3 13th.
Julie, I can guarantee Terry Mack knows exactly where they are in this tournament.
Yeah, she's referring to Terry McNamara, longtime caddy for Annika Sorenstam. He knows how to win majors.
part of that 4-hole stretch, Julie, where Area took control of the championship.
You know, I'm not sure. Is that the first cut that she just dropped it in?
Sure did.
I'm not sure I would have dropped it in the first cut. It's going to hard to get some spin on that ball.
I just think it's easier to get under this ball from this first cut, especially after you've hit one a little bit heavy. But you're right, Julie, it's going to be harder to control the distance. It's just the in-between yardage.
And so no spin and up to the top shelf.
A couple of 3 years before that, I was on the driving range at Callaway Golf, and I remember somebody asked me what I thought of her. And I said, well, who is that? That's Annika Sorenstam. And I'm thinking, you know, at the time, she was tiny. And I just thought, well, I don't know if she's strong enough. That was my only thought at the time, and that's why I'm not a scout for NFL or NBA or MLB.
Well, if you're going to be tiny, golf is a good sport to play.
Well, our 36-hole leader, Sarah Jane Smith, misses that bogey effort. Now we go to Hugh Kim at 12, second shot.
Kick, come on.
Easily the most difficult hole on the course and the most difficult green to hit in regulation. Only 22% of the players have put it on there in regulation in this championship.
Birdie putt for Area Jutanagarn.
Well, she got a little bit of a read, too, from Smith's putt. Just about 10 feet, maybe 11 feet.
Can't bounce back after the triple with a birdie, but now a tap in par to stay at 13 under. On to the difficult 12th she goes.
It seems to be about all the emotion you're going to get out of her while she's playing.
Saganda at 13 for birdie.
Good roll out where that hole location is. You got to keep it up on that right hand side to really have a realistic chance at a birdie.
There you go. Yep, that's good.
Well, this will be for double bogey for Sarah Jane Smith, and maybe the irony is that she was even through 10 on Thursday when she came to this 11th hole and holed her third shot to jumpstart her round. She was the 36-hole leader, and now on Sunday tapping that in for double bogey to knock her down the leaderboard as she's 5 under, 8 shots behind Area Jutanagarn. Uninterrupted coverage of this USGA championship on Fox is presented by Rolex.
Yeah, Joe, and it doesn't get easier going to the 12th hole. It is playing the second hardest on the whole golf course.
Here at 14, Saganda.
Water's going back there.
Fabulous short par 4, only 361 yards. You see the downhill nature of this tee shot.
Mostly with the left right.
All those bunkers are in play. You just got to somehow fit it in between them. Plenty of room. It's an intimidating looking tee shot. There's more room than you think. You see how it gets wide there. In that one spot over those bunkers on the right. Slight dog leg left or right, excuse me.
With her length, though, these next 2 holes, 14 and 15, she should have a short iron in her hand.
She's going with a 3-wood here. Beautiful little cut shot. We could follow that ball against those trees in the background. It's like center field in a major league game when they drop that green back behind this. You can pick up the baseball.
Over to go at 12, Ji-Yoon Kim, third shot. Area now at 12.
Did brilliantly well to get the ball on the putting surface from way back, 222 yards.
And this is the hardest hole on the course by a wide margin, and she put the ball in the rough, and it brings you back to Brad's point. The great Ken Venturi talked about trajectory leaving you first when you start to get uncomfortable. And this was a low, kind of a quacky hook.
This is the putt from Hyo-Joo Kim, who is sitting in second place. Wow.
How many feet of putts has she made today? Oh my gosh.
She is only 3 back. She won the 2014 Evian Championship. As we told you earlier, shot an opening round 61, so she has a major championship to her credit. 3-time winner on the LPGA Tour, and red hot today, 4 under par and 3 shots back. So there is drama left here at Shoal Creek. The top 10 and ties get in for next year. So still a lot out on the table for so many who are still out on the golf course. And this has tightened, Paul Azinger, just a bit for Ariya Jutanugarn.
Well, it really has. And, you know, Julie said that she had the 4-shot lead at her first U.S. Open victory, and it chiseled on down to 2. Well, Ariya's got a very difficult hole to try to finish here in the 12th.